What if I told you that one of the smartest things many investors do is actually one of the worst things you could do for your wealth? Today, we're talking about the massive hidden cost of trying to be too clever with your money. Okay, let's just imagine something for a second. Imagine you had 1 lakh rupees just lying around back in the year 2000. You put it into a good equity mutual fund, and then you did the hardest thing of all. You forgot about it. You just let it be. You ready for this? If you had just done nothing, that single lakh rupees would have grown into nearly 75 lakh rupees today. Yeah, that's not just a good return. That's life-changing money, all from one decision to just sit tight. That's the magic of compounding. So here's the crazy part. Why on earth would a smart strategy, one that feels so right and logical, leave you with less than half of that money? It makes no sense, right? Well, let's get into it. To really get to the bottom of this, let me tell you a story. It's a tale of two investors. Both start with the exact same 1 lakh rupees, invested in the very same fund, on the very same day. So first, we've got patient Priya. Her mantra is super simple. Buy right, sit tight. She is all in on the idea of time in the market. Then we have active Arjun. Arjun's a bit different. He thinks he can outsmart everyone. He's all about timing the market. Now look, let's be honest. Arjun's idea, it sounds pretty smart, doesn't it? I mean, who wouldn't want to sell when things are high and lock in those profits? It feels so logical, so safe, especially with all the noise you hear on TV. So here's his game plan. Step 1, he waits for what he thinks is a market peak. Step 2, he sells everything, cashes out, books those juicy profits. Step 3, he pays his taxes like a good citizen. And step 4, he takes whatever money is left and puts it right back in. On paper, it sounds foolproof, doesn't it? And I'm sure so many of us have had this exact thought. Yeah, I'll just pay a little tax. What's the big deal? It's a small price to pay for being clever. But is it really that small a price? And this is where it all goes wrong. This is the big twist in the story. It's time to introduce the villain. And it's not the tax itself, but this sneaky, silent wealth killer called the compounding tax drag. Okay, what the heck is that? Think of your investment like a bucket of water that's supposed to grow over time. Every time Arjun sells to book a profit, he's punching a small hole in the bucket. That tax is a permanent leak. And the problem is, he keeps doing it. He's constantly reducing the amount of money that's left in the bucket to grow for him in the future. So, over a 26-year story, Arjun does this 5 times. 5. He sees a peak in 2003, sells. Again in 2008, sells. 2020, same story. And each and every time he does this, a chunk of his hard-earned money goes to taxes instead of back into the market to keep growing. And here is the absolute key. You've got to get this. It's not about the tax you pay today. It's about all the future money that tax payment would have earned for you for decades to come. That money is just gone. It's no longer part of your compounding army. It can never work for you again. So, moment of truth. Let's fast forward 26 years and see how our two investors did. What does the final scoreboard look like? Well, you might want to brace yourself because this is where it gets really crazy. Check this out. Priya, our patient investor who just sat tight. Her 1 lakh turned into almost 75 lakh rupees, a whopping 18% return every single year. And Arjun, Mr. Smarty Pants with all his moves, his final amount is just over 37 lakhs. He ended up with less than half of Priya's money. His smart strategy literally cut his wealth in half. I mean, just look at this chart. It says it all, doesn't it? You see that huge, massive gap between Priya's bar and Arjun's bar? That's not just a number on the screen. That is the real price of trying to be too clever. That's the hidden cost all eaten away by paying taxes over and over again. And you know what's even crazier? We were actually being nice to Arjun in this calculation. We assumed he got back into the market right away. But think about it. He sold in 2008 and 2020. He literally sold right before 2 of the biggest crashes in modern history. In the real world, he probably panicked, waited too long to get back in, and his results would have been even more terrible. Okay, so enough about what went wrong. What's the big lesson here? How can you make sure you're a Priya and not an Arjun? Let's break down the real smart investor's playbook. All right, it boils down to three simple rules. Rule number one, for building serious long-term wealth, buy and hold is king. Nothing beats it. Rule number two, constantly booking profits is basically a form of self-sabotage. It just destroys your long-term returns. And rule number three, look, if you really, really need to sell for some reason, don't sell everything. Maybe just sell a small slice, like 20 or 30%, to rebalance. Let the rest of your money keep working hard for you.
So I'll just leave you with this one question. The next time you get that itch, that feeling of, hey, I should sell and lock in my profits, just stop for a second and ask yourself this. Am I building serious long-term wealth, or am I just chasing a quick short-term win? Because as we've just seen, the difference between those two answers, it isn't just a few rupees. It could be lakhs and lakhs of your future wealth.